Let me see how. All right, so it should let you know that there's a recording on the other end, right?
I clicked the okay.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, so this is how we can do it. We it'll be kind of cool to have four people up in here, even cooler to have all Dave and Dara, and just
Mhm.
make it a make it a thing where we got some memories, and and the laughing is gonna be insane if we
Yeah,
can get them to, come through and hang out with us, for
yeah,
maybe a couple of hours or an hour a month or something like that.
yeah.
Hey, what happened to what happened to your Philadelphia Eagles, man? Yeah,
Oh man,
I was trying to tell you. Yeah, man.
I doubted them. I mean, they came off good, but then they got too cocky and stuff, and
Yeah, they
it
did.
happened. You
Way
know,
too cocky. Way too cocky. Yeah. So you
it,
doing
it,
you doing
yeah,
okay?
yeah, well, I'm doing okay. We're Sacramento Community Center. I get out working overtime till 7:30. So I put in for my retirement, and I had to call them back about October or November for December,
Uh-huh.
and there'd be no restrictions on what much money I can make.
Man, I didn't even know they gave 100-year-old people rest.
Well, when you get to be 100, you get to be 100, man.
Is that right? You get to see a century or two, how that go. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad for you.
Man, you look older than me. Look at you, man. You look older than I do, man.
Only
You hit
only
you.
I look older than you only because I don't cut
Like,
nothing. I don't dye nothing. I just leave it like it is. I could just dye it all black, nobody ever know. I look like
right, right.
I look like an old ass Teddy Pendergrass.
Well, I guess when that kind of work you was after you left security, we got to be a police officer. You had a door too.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of issues with that. I don't know if I told you about that. I had a lot of issues with the police department. Wow.
In Delaware. He lives in Delaware. My brother lives in Delaware.
Wow.
So he gets yeah. I think I told you that my brother was a cop back east.
Yeah, you did tell me that. You did. I just
Yeah.
didn't know where he was at last.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's good, man. Like I said, it's a good job. I just think that, you got to be stronger than the culture, because the
Hmm.
culture is going to pull you in different directions, and you have to be confident enough to know where you stand at, so you don't
Hmm.
get those directions. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, that's the only thing I don't like about it. I don't know. Did you hear about these last you hear about these last police officers? Um, called the
Oh
goons
yeah. Yes, I did hear about him.
in Mississippi.
I don't know
My
what's going.
God.
Man, I don't know what's going on, man. If it ain't, I heard about the ones in Memphis too. They killed that brother like that, man. That brother's from Sacramento. They killed him.
Oh yeah, those guys. Oh yeah, you talking about the Memphis. Yeah, Memphis, that was one, but Ron, there was another one that just happened.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. I follow the one
that's
down.
that's the one that get me,
Yeah, that
because
one.
they intentionally went in with a thought process on sexually
Hmm.
assaulting them dudes.
Hmm.
So ain't no telling
Yeah,
what else they done done on the side, and who else they done along this little journey of theirs. But they all got sentenced to 10 to 40 years in prison.
I think it should have been longer than that.
It should have been way longer than that, but I don't think I think the reason why they can justify, because didn't nobody die, but still they shot that one dude in the jaw. They
Hmm.
should put a gun in his mouth and put the barrel of the gun like right there, and shot
Yeah.
it, blew his
Hmm.
whole doggone face off almost.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I mean by the culture. If that's your culture, you got to say things to that culture to make that
Right.
culture understand that you're not doing what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that was really, really big. Go
I
ahead.
was, I was, I was you being a cop. How was it? You being a cop? It's what's different. You're working with me.
Hmm.
Security. That's you're on a higher level. So
Right.
so if they ask you to do anything you didn't want to do, and how do you respond?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was. But here's the thing. I think I talk so much that it's only obvious what my thought process is, because I'm saying a lot of it out loud. Like, coming back from going on a call with somebody and talking to the officer about how he talked to the people that we just dealt with, little things like
Hmm.
that I would do constantly. right? Because I figured if I did it constantly, they would automatically know what type of person that I was, and that I'm not a person that's on the take or that's drinking a Kool-Aid because of their culture.
Mhm.
I have my own way of doing things, dealing with things,
Mhm.
and I'll do it that way. So that I think quieted down a lot of talk because they already know
Mhm.
who you are because they're working with you.
Mhm.
And if you
But
get
you still have to watch your back.
oh yeah, you got to watch your back because you don't. It's like Serpico. I know that sounds crazy. A lot of people don't know about Serpico,
I know
but
about Silverco.
yeah, I know you do. That's why I brought him up
Yeah.
because that's that. I mean, that's a big thing there. You know, so it was yeah. That's why I like when I'm doing podcasts and stuff like that. It gives me an opportunity to talk about how
Mhm.
I experienced those things. I feel I went over there for a reason. I feel I went to the police department, you know, to be an ambassador for all sides, be ambassador for Black
Mhm.
people, be an ambassador for the police, be an ambassador
Mhm.
for community policing. So I mean, I just I obviously represented my hometown, my Vallejo folks, my mom, my dad. So I just felt that
Mhm.
was being the ambassador for everybody. It's a hard job, Ron. Very, very difficult job. You know.
I know. I can imagine, man. I do this, I do this. Of course, I do this. I do life insurance also
Yeah, that's
with
right.
my
That's right.
members,
You're telling me that.
and
Yeah.
and I, and I also do travel too, man.
Oh, you got a
I'm
travel
traveling.
business thing too?
I'm in the travel agency, yeah.
Oh,
Also,
okay. I mean,
so and
do you fly out yourself?
no, I don't fly out. I'm trying to book some things for some people, some cruises and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
and you don't have the green jacket, so I know a lot about what's going on about different countries and all that good stuff. From
Mhm.
having that degree, and know about these different countries and the landscapes and climate and all that stuff, the different
Mhm.
clouds. I learned all that in college and stuff.
Yeah.
So I learned
Wow.
that, man. Yeah.
Well, when's the last time you went back? When's the last time you went back to your alma mater?
Oh, Overbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you talking about Cheney? Cheney's my college I
Cheney.
graduated.
Cheney State. That's where
Oh,
you graduated from.
well, that's outside of Philly. I haven't been there a long. I've been there since I left out of there, man.
They still
You
got a
know.
picture of you in the post office.
Yeah, they got me one. Yeah, standing, sideways and stuff. Sideways.
Oh
Put the
man.
number one. Put the number on stuff. But like out here, man. Like I work. I work with a lot of cops out here too.
Yeah.
I've been. As where we worked at, and then I went to work for other security companies. And I worked all over Sacramento. Sacramento. I worked in Rancho Cordova,
Yeah.
South area. It's just sites. Just about everywhere, including where I'm working right now. I know a lot of people. I work with a lot of cops too. Some of them good, some of them not so good. So
Right.
you know,
Yeah. I mean, obviously you learn. How does a person like yourself, do you mentor any of these young men that are security guards? Because they come in with messed up attitudes. They want to get mad all the time, beat up
I tell them,
homeless
man.
people, right?
Yeah, I told him. I said, you got. Yeah. So one guy says, man, you need to get on time and stuff because one lady wanted me to clock her in. And I like, no, because that might come back on me.
Right,
Let's say
right,
if I
right.
clock you in and you don't show up, it's like boss shows up and stuff, and then or for example, I clock her in and he's standing right there, I can do it. That I look, that look bad on me. I
Yeah, it
told the other
does.
guards, yeah, I told the other guards, I like you gotta, watch it. You never know when the boss is gonna come up there and
Yeah,
sneak up on you.
yeah.
My night job is different. Night job is different. I come and check in, and I work at Safeway Crocker Village
Hmm.
for Florida World Security.
Right.
So I go in there, leave the guy at 11 o'clock, and I clock at 11 o'clock. Then he gets off at 11:30. After that, it was one guard per shift. We go around hit key cards, not every hour, but at least they know we
Hmm.
did more than four.
Right.
So I get four men. I get 4 men. Yeah, I spread it out. I get 4 men, and I'm careful where I'm at because there's an open space out there, and it's near the where the train goes at downtown.
Hmm.
So I've been there for a while. So I'm very careful what I do,
Yeah.
and there's though I can't get in the doors, so all the doors are locked, right? But I have to get in my car.
Hmm.
And I know something dangerous. I drive off the site. I say, hey, and Safeway closes at 12 o'clock.
Hmm.
But yeah, I know how to be safe over there and stuff. And
Yeah,
today
you
is my
got
Friday
to.
to go over today and
Yeah,
I'll be able to go over there today, get it over with. You know,
yeah.
and I worked at a bunch of places. I tell some of the guards that's like, don't be too cocky, and then a lot of them have attitudes.
Yeah, yeah, because
I
they're
told a lot. I told
young
yeah,
men, right? Young men. That's what
and
we.
women too, and sisters too. There's a lot of hostility among some guards over there.
Yeah.
It's one of those young sisters. She saw me at 19th and R. She says, "Man, Mr. Ryan, how you doing?" I said, "Fine." I said, she, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "You got life insurance?" She said, "No." She had kids, right?
Uh-huh.
I said, "Well, I gave her. I said, take my number and hook your kids life insurance." She said, "Okay." So I tried to call her,
Uh-huh.
and she said, "Well, I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in the Bay Area. My friend got killed in the Bay Area. I'll call you back." I was like, "Okay." So he got back, and I tried to call her, and then she just kept throwing me off and throwing me off. Wouldn't had attitude, wouldn't take my call sometimes.
Oh wow.
But I'm trying to help
This a
you.
coworker? This a coworker of
I,
yours?
no, I used to work there, but she knows
Okay.
me from there.
Okay.
And I try to help her. I try to help her because I said, look, your friend got killed. Let's think about it. Your friend got killed. We're not guaranteed to be here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see your life for your children, just in case things happen to you. But a lot of these young security officers have attitudes, and they need to be, you know, they, they have attitudes and stuff.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have the opportunity to even the ones with really, really bad attitudes, do you see them like years down the line and they done messed up, and they end up trying to talk to you, maybe trying to get another job back? You know how they do sometimes.
Um,
I've seen
one
it.
guy, I had one supervisor. I worked at when I worked at so he was my supervisor when I worked at DMV headquarters.
Uh-huh.
So, brother, he gave me a hard time one time. He had to carry that sign. He gave me a hard time. It's like, when I can take a break, saying, "No, man, you stay out there when I say so." So what I
Mm-hmm.
did was, I went over his head, talked to his supervisor. His
Oh,
supervisor guy
okay.
got on him. His supervisor got on him.
Right.
But then I found that dude got fired not because I said something, because of something else. And then I see him down the years asking me where he can get a job from. See, you can't be doing people wrong and stuff like that. What goes around comes around. Yeah.
Well, I think
So,
that's the biggest thing for a lot of them. They don't realize. I don't know if I told you this, but there was a young lady that me and you had to damn near kick out the welfare office. I
hmm
think she might have stepped up in my face, white girl. You would never remember her. I wouldn't remember her now if I saw her.
hmm
But what happened is I remember she got in my face in the welfare office and she yelled at me, screamed in my face. She's probably a little embarrassed. But what happened is one of the first calls that I was on, it was her and a domestic violence call. And
hmm
I'm looking at her, and I mean, it was freshly after this happened. So it happened, her arguing in my face. Maybe a month later, I was in the academy or something like that. But
hmm
7 months later, when I graduated and I got a chance to first start dealing with people on calls, it was her. And I'm
hmm
like, you don't remember me? She's like, no, I don't remember you. And I was like, yeah, I used to have a light blue uniform on when I was working with the
hmm
with Burn Security. So she didn't
Right.
remember that. At least she played it off. But the
hmm
reality to it was, you know, it was the same twisted, messed up attitude that she had that day was the same one that
hmm
she had just months before, maybe a year before. But that
hmm
was kind of her journey in her life. She was living that crazy life. And I know
hmm
a lot of crazy things was happening with her during that point in time. But to run into her, it just kind of made me kind of scratch my head. It's a small world. That's why, you know.
And the thing about it is how did you handle that? Even though you knew about her before, how did you handle it?
Right, right. Well, I just knew that I had to I had to make it her understand that I was good with what happened that day because I understand. I mean, it's frustrating in that welfare office. So I kind of again where another ambassador hat is now here I am as this African American police officer, and now
Right.
I'm dealing with her in a different capacity than a security officer, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I still got to deal with her and I still got to impact her some kind of way. I don't want her hating either black people or people in uniform.
hmm
you know, so I don't know. There's so many lessons, man. One thing about the welfare office is there's just so many lessons for me. I see them all the time.
Oh,
You know,
somebody's trying to come in. Somebody's trying to come in. Now, hold up a second.
okay.
Hold up a second.
All right.
Ma'am, can I help you? We don't do it here, okay? We don't do it. I'm sorry. That's the same lady I saw before. So I come in bus passes.
Oh, somebody's trying to get a bus pass.
That's the same homeless lady. I had to stop her before he came in here.
Yeah.
She
Have
got
you
crazy sometimes. I had to intercept her at the door. Intercept at the door.
have you seen working these security companies for a long time? You ready to bounce?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm ready to bounce. Yeah, and I got investments coming up too, man. I got other things going on besides, you know, this job, security job, and other stuff going on too, man.
Yeah.
You know, some savings, yeah, some savings from Prime America. I put in savings away, stuff like that. I got other things going on, man.
That's good, man. That's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad for you, man. You have to though, you know. This is what we need to do. We need to do this, sit down and talk like this for, you know, maybe
Mhm.
30, 40 minutes, you know, 30, 40
Mhm.
minutes a week, something like that, where we're going back and forth. I see you, you see me, we having conversations. Eventually, the goal is to get Dara and to get Dave into
Mhm.
meetings where we can just sit back and just crack up,
Right.
you know, have a fun time, just kind of like the time we used to have back in the day, you know. I
And
mean,
tell them start showing up from now on.
yeah, exactly. Tell them to start showing up.
So when it was, I said, remember Dara, you and Dave showed up whenever y'all wanted. They start laughing. But Dara,
I
remember I
know.
tried to find you, I couldn't find you, Dave.
Yeah, yeah. And don't tell him where Dave is. And
It
you
was in
know,
the park with that girl. That's where he
yeah. Oh,
was.
yeah, yeah. Remember, his wife was horrible, boy. Remember how bad she was?
Yeah, yeah,
She
she
was
was.
so
She treated him bad.
man. She
But
was
you
so
know what? They played that part. He played part of that too, because he let her
yeah,
talk to her like that.
yeah, yeah. I agree
She
with
wore
that.
the pants, man. She wore the pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely wore the pants. I remember that. I remember that time we had dinner over there. That was only obvious that she wore the pants. And she did, if I'm not mistaken, she really didn't give him an opportunity to talk much.
No, she didn't.
You know, that's
Yeah.
that's crazy
We had
too.
a we had our characters coming in, man. We had a guy talk about the main thing, not the panic. The main thing, not the panic.
Those were our every week or once a month
Regulars.
characters, man. Them characters crack me up, man. I
The
mean, bust
main thing, brother, is
is
not the
not
panic.
panic. The
And
brother
then
said, what the one brother say? What line do I stand in if I don't want welfare?
how
That's it.
about that? How about the Indian girl? Indian girl, we told her what past the gray line, she refused, and you had to take, and you had to take, you took some everybody down. Shot them, try couldn't take it down. You had to take everybody down.
I remember that I took them all down. Gino, Sean, all of them.
I like Sam. What are you doing, man?
Well,
You hear me say that?
I just kind of figured that, you know, I was bigger than all of them. You know, I kind of figured I was
Uh,
bigger than all of them. If I hit them right, I know I was going to
yeah.
get them down. And so I think at
Mhm.
that moment, I think that's when Sean and Gino started to understand that I really wanted to do that job too. They started me out working over at what's this? Oh, Danger Island. I was
Oh,
working.
I worked over there too. I worked over there too.
Was that crazy or what?
I stayed. I didn't come out. I stayed in there. That house. The
I
Danger
used to
Island.
walk. I used to walk
Oh,
around.
heck no. I like no. Keep my butt in there, man. When they told me about that, I ain't coming
Right.
out of there. I come to, I ain't coming out the house. Oh, Danger Island. Then I worked.
I
Then I
know.
worked. Then I,
And
then I worked on
you work where? Where's the next place you work?
Franklin Boulevard. That bad apartments over there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That they just as bad as the other ones.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I remember that over off of Franklin, G Parkway, right?
G Parkway, but they trying to change it in Shiny Star to make it look good. It's still G Parkway, man. you know,
Hey, it's Phoenix Parkway now. They had to change it.
I don't care how you try to sugarcoat it. It's still
Yeah.
the same.
But this is gonna be nice, man. I'm telling you, we'll be able to do this, and then I'm telling you eventually, because I'm gonna send this little bits and pieces of this to uh Dara's sister tonight and tell her
Uh-huh.
to send it to Dara. And I can
Right.
guarantee you she'll get it. So this is gonna be
That's
something,
good.
yeah, for her to know that we're looking for her, man. She was a very, very big part of that time, you know.
She used to be on Facebook. One time she was a friend of mine on Facebook, and I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah, yeah.
There were little Reynolds.
Mm-hmm,
There were
mm-hmm.
little Reynolds. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, we'll I guarantee you we'll fix this once she sees that we're out here and that, we're talking about her too. I just kind of remember I told you I filmed around the welfare office last year, a couple years ago. I think that was maybe a couple years ago, but I still got all that footage. It still looks really good. I can actually set it up
Mhm.
just to make an introduction out of what you and I've been doing over the last
Right.
so many minutes. So I can do something really nice for us. This is a week that I'm off, so I can really do a lot of this. And so I'm just gonna take off and get up in there.
So that's the stuff you can cut that. You know how to cut stuff out. Or we're talking about like I just
I
said
don't
about
have
the
to
birds.
cut much
You have to
out
cut.
not today, because we didn't talk about much today. But there'll be times that I will have to, and I don't mind. That's easy to do, you
Yeah,
know. Yeah. So, but it's all good, man. We just gotta, make something, make each of us, feel a little bit good about what
yeah,
we've experienced in our past, man, and just kind of keep on pushing forward.
yeah. Yeah, I've seen those things. Like the things you sent me for like I said, the attachments. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
save those too, man.
Oh
Attachments.
yeah, for sure. You have to, because it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we can make new content, but it's just
Mhm.
it has to do with our relationship with each other for all these years, man. That's what's most important about this.
Yeah.
We've been knowing each other for a while.